everybody. How's it going? Welcome to SMG Viewers Comments. It's Friday. Hope you're going to have an amazing weekend. I hope I'm having a better weekend. I just spent the last 3 days sick in bed because somebody got me sick at NAMM. It was nice to meet all of you, but seriously, one of you guys, payback is coming.
Forgive my ignorance, but how do musicians not know how to tune, count, or change strings?
There is absolutely nothing ignorant about that question. I've been recording 20 years and I find myself still asking that question. You know, bass player comes in to record, we need to change strings. Well, I don't know how. How the fuck do you not know how to change your own strings on your instrument? And you're coming into a studio to record? The fuck is wrong with you? Were you dropped on your head? It's absolutely frustrating. I mean, I've had guys who teach music for a living who still don't know how to figure out how to do time signatures come into the studio. It's like fundamentals, people, they're there for a reason. Please, if you're coming into the studio, try to learn how to change your strings before you change the world with your music.
Dear Mr. Fricker, do you know of people having trouble singing while playing an instrument? I do manage well as long as rhythm I play is in sync with the syllables, but everything changed throws me off rhythm a bit. Do you know good ways to practice? Also, please have sexual intercourse with yourself, Clad.
Well, that's a little different. Anyway, the best advice I can give you is, practice your ass off. I mean, I used to sing and play guitar in a band way back when, and it took a lot of work. I remember it took me a good 2 months to learn how to sing and play Holy Wars at the same time. It's not easy. But every once in a while, you're gonna figure out where your hand comes down and you can get a word out. It's just like anything, you just gotta work at it. Eventually, you're gonna get it. The trick is not to give up.
Glenn, I work at a vinyl pressing plant in the Netherlands. Do you know anything about mastering? We sometimes get shit masters delivered, and what people just won't understand is that digital CD master is completely different from a vinyl master. We do press the vinyl ourselves, but the masters get delivered to a cutting engineer. Then it gets galvanized from the lacquer. The Metalworks stampers we get press records from. The records sometimes sound so different from the digital files, sometimes way better, sometimes way worse. Is it interesting for you to do an episode on?
Actually, I did an episode on this about 3 years ago. It's my video where we visited Lacquer Channel Mastering in Toronto. We got to hang out with my good friend Phil Demetrio, and we got to see them cut a lacquer. It's a really cool process. They've got an old Neumann lathe in there, and they do the vinyl thing quite a bit. There's quite a demand for it these days. And guys, remember this, if you're mixing, don't brick wall your mix when giving it to the vinyl guys, because that's just gonna sound like absolute shit. Leave the dynamics intact and let the mastering guy figure out how to get that from your mix onto vinyl. That's his job, not yours. The two things you got to remember when you're doing a project for vinyl is, number one, it's going to sound a lot different, so treat it very gingerly when it comes to compression. And number two is it's going to take a lot longer to get your finished product because there's usually a backlog at the pressing plant, so keep that in mind as well. That being said, vinyl is a very cool format, and I'm glad to see it's making somewhat of a resurgence because I really miss it.
Hey Glenn, I'm an aspiring audio engineer who would be very interested to learn how to work in the analog world as well as the modern digital world. Any chance you could do a couple of videos using that tape machine behind you? I'd be really interested to hear more about it.
That 2-inch deck behind us, I don't think actually works. I could be wrong, but as far as I know, it's been out of commission forever and it's just collecting dust and wasting space. Here's the thing about analog tape that nobody tells you about. Everybody loves to reminisce and throw the warm word around. Oh, it's warm, it's warm, it's warm, whatever the fuck that means. The thing they don't tell you is that the tape machines are usually broke down at least half the time, if not longer than the time they're actually working. There's a lot of maintenance involved and they are a gigantic pain in the ass. And the reels cost, I don't know, $300-400 a pop for about 15 minutes worth of tape. So imagine, your average cheapskate local band comes into your studio, wants to pay you $10 an hour, you'll be like, okay, that'll be $350 for one tape, and you're gonna need 4 of them. They're just gonna run for the hills when they hear that, so keep that in mind as well. Oh yeah, and they have to be able to play on tape too, because there's no undo button, and copy paste on tape means you get out a razor blade and an edit all and some tape, and it just takes forever, and you charge the band by the edit. because it's so labor intensive. So yeah, you think you can record on tape? Yeah, I'd like to see you try. Seriously though, it's more trouble than it's worth. In my opinion, you want the tape sound? Get the Waves tape emulation because it's great.
I really need a Don't Let Making Records Make You Crazy shirt, or better yet, an inspirational poster for the studio wall.
All right, you want it, you got it. Here it is. I'm gonna make this available for this week and this week only. Don't Let Making Records Make You Crazy. It's gonna be on a shirt, a poster, and a mug, and you can get it until next Friday, and that is it. So you wanna get it now.
I understand your frustration, Glenn. I've lived some of those things. I have to question the wisdom of releasing this kind of video, though. It is negative in the extreme, and while some may consider it amusing, I don't know that it helps promote your channel in an effective way. Yes, I know you're from the R&R school of hard knocks, so am I. But this video made it sound as though it is pointless to even try to get into the music business. Now, it might well be pointless, but suggesting this to newbies is hardly going to endear them to you. Just my 2 Canadian cents.
Now, what Mark there is referencing is my video that I put out last week, How to Not Completely Suck at Audio Engineering. And, well, the thing I need to remind you, Mark, is that this is not a brochure for a career in the music industry. This is the fucking truth. I'm not trying to get people to drop their money on a degree that's not going to do them any good. I'm not trying to get people to sign up for, 9 to 12 months out of school with, dorm fees and all the rest of the stuff so I can line my fucking pockets. What I'm trying to do is tell the kids out there who might be considering getting into recording that it is a lot of hard work, and a great part of the job, and more than most recording schools is ever going to let on to, is that it's going to spend most of your time dealing with musicians' bullshit. You're going to spend your time not making great records, but you're going to spend your time teaching people how to play their instruments. You're going to spend your time fixing people's instruments. You're going to spend your time cleaning up garbage performances to get them somewhat passable. That's what the job really is. Now, you can say I'm negative about it, and that's fine, but it's the honest fucking truth. And if you don't like it, too fucking bad. That's life.
Hey Glenn, what are your thoughts on power conditioners? Having frustrating noise issues with my dual recto in band's rehearsal space, still can't make it use it in there, in fact. Brought it over to my bassist's house, or at my own place, in fact, it couldn't make it peep. I bought hum eliminators, but in considering dropping serious dough on a conditioner, Audio Quest Niagara 1200 looks intriguing. Chief Engineer has some ear-opening YouTubes. I use a G-string noise decimator too, which is outstanding for normal situations, but some electromagnetic demon is having a field day with my recto. Even consider shipping off to Voodoo Amps for their legendary mods. Another topic I'd be interested in getting your thoughts on. Love the channel and fuck off.
Bill, holy fuck, do you know how hard it was to say that out loud? For the love of Crom, dude, just get to the fucking point. Wow. Ugh, ramble. Seriously. Here's the thing, we've been hunting down a noise gremlin here in this studio too. I mean, they're used to doing pop records in here. We come in here, we got Rev Generator 120s and, 5150s, we're cranking shit up and we're like, where the fuck is this noise coming from? And the one thing I'm gonna ask you is, you think it's your amp. Have you tried changing your pickups? Maybe going with some Fishman Fluents, because those are wonderful at noise suppression. You might save yourself a whole bunch of money by going that route instead of dicking around power conditioners and hum eliminators and all that kind of stuff, because truth be told, we've got power conditioners in here, we've got hum eliminators, and it didn't do dick. We changed a couple of guitars, and it turns out the ones with some of the cheaper pickups are very susceptible to noise. So try that first. Maybe try changing out one of your guitar cables as well before dropping hundreds and hundreds of dollars on esoteric fixes that may or may not work. Try changing your pickups.
Glenn, I'm kind of stuck. I recorded this high school band recently. I understand the human element. I'm a firm believer in it, but the guitarist would play very off time. I asked him if he would want to go back and fix them, and he absolutely refused to do so. As you can imagine, this sounded not very great. The band asked if in mixing, if I could time it all up. After I explained to them that I wouldn't be able to do it, they asked if I'd be able to secretly learn the parts and record them myself to make it sound nice and not to tell their guitarist. What do I do in this situation? Forgive me for the long rant. Cheers from Idol. Please don't mention my name. Thanks.
Okay, I won't mention your name at all. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Here's the thing, I remember we did a record back in the early 2000s where the bass player just completely sucked ass. I sat there for 4 hours and watched this guy fuck up his way through his own recordings. And, just kind of nodding at the guitar player, yeah, see you tomorrow so you can re-record dumb fuck's parts for him. And that's exactly what happened, and that guy still to this day does not know that he didn't play on it. Here's the thing, I'd rather hear a guitar player who can play than, a really shitty performance that's been pieced together. So go ahead, yeah, play the guitar player's parts for him. Next time if he wants to sound good on his own record, he might want to fucking practice! Jeez, it's not fucking rocket science, people. Put the effort in ahead of the time your record sounds better. What in the fuck? Why is this not getting across to you guys out there? Oh, I'm just gonna come in the studio and the guy's gonna fix it for me. Fuck that shit. That is a great way to make a boring, shitty fucking record. Shitty performances are still gonna give you a shitty record no matter how much it's fucking doctored. Don't want your record to suck? Try not to suck when you're playing your instrument.
Hey, are you losing weight? Good for you.
Yeah, actually, I think I'm down maybe about 8-9 pounds since I came down here to LA. I gave up sugar at the end of December, so it's been about 30 days. I've been without sugar or milk. I used to drink maybe about a liter of milk a day, and I'm done with that. I've given up sugar. There's no more regular Cokes. I don't put any sugar in my coffee. I'm drinking Earl Grey and green tea these days mostly. Maybe having the occasional Diet Coke with dinner, but that's about it. And I've done the math, and I've probably not consumed somewhere around 2.5 kilos of sugar this month. So yeah, it's definitely starting to make a bit of a difference. Wasn't too challenging, to be honest with you. Day 4 was a little rough, but after that, I feel fine. I'm sleeping better. I'm feeling better. And my skin feels better, to be honest with you, for some strange reason. So yeah, I'm gonna stick at this and see what happens. I'm gonna try giving up sugar for the entire year. We're gonna see where it goes. We'll have to post some retro pictures at the end of the year and see just how much weight I've lost. Gonna be interesting to see where this goes. Anyway, thanks for your support and thanks for noticing.
Glenn, can you post your settings for the Archon? I have supermodels and lots of Lancaster impulses, and I cannot get it to sound that good.
Sure thing, Stewie. Here you go. Here's a screenshot. It's nothing rocket science-y about it. You just got to set it up properly and play your ass off. So good luck with that.
Nice green screen.
Oh, Mario. Yes. Okay. Obviously, I'm making all this up. I'm in a garage back in Windsor, yeah, and I just want to show off, to all you guys to make it look like I'm more than I am. So, not gonna walk around the studio here at all and move shit. Yep, these faders are total bullshit back here. Yeah, this isn't a real Neve at all. Nope, no tape deck back here. Now, the thing is, Mario, I went and checked your channel out. You know what? You're a damn fine guitar player. There's no question about that. But I would highly recommend checking out my how to record heavy guitar videos and especially how to record heavy drums videos. They're only gonna make you better. Good luck, dude.
I may have missed it, but I didn't see a video of yours on how to use amp sims. I know it's probably pretty basic, but for someone like me who doesn't know what I'm doing, I'm not sure what to do.
Okay, you know what? I'll take that under advisement. I'll put together maybe a basic primer about how to set up an amp sim and just kind of get everything working, because it seems like there's a lot of new guys coming in who really don't know anything about recording at all. So I'm gonna do a whole new series of audio basics, and maybe we're gonna start doing that on Mondays, and it might be, the recording tip of the week kind of thing. You guys let me know what you think about that, if you'd like to see a weekly basic series come out every Monday morning. Something to do when you're bored at work, perhaps. Let me know.
Had to come up with an entire new list of studio rules and rates. After dealing with several clients that felt like they didn't need to pay for studio time, I have to start insisting on being paid up front. I don't even turn on any gear until I have money in hand now. This, of course, dropped my client list greatly. After 30 plus years of recording and live sound, I don't need to record for free for the practice. Lol.
Hey, John, I share your pain. I don't know about getting everything up front, but I would definitely recommend half up front, half upon completion. That's usually a pretty reasonable thing to ask, but I like the idea of not turning anything on, at least till you've got something in hand. That lets the bands know you're serious and that your time is valuable. And seriously, if that scared some of your clients off, those are probably the clients who are just gonna fucking waste your time anyway. So seriously, fuck those guys, and good for you, dude.
Another thing to add, if you send out a text mix, always add a watermark. Even if they do end up running off with the thing, they will forever be branded as unpaying thieves.
Now, I don't know what program you're referencing when it comes to watermarking a mix. I think it's possible. Maybe somebody can let me know in the comments below. I could possibly check that out. That might work, but I always find the surefire way of getting paid is just not to give the bastards anything until they fucking pay you. That is a guarantee you're gonna see your money. Watermark, you're still chancing. Yes, they can be branded as thieves, but that doesn't put any money in your pocket. So if you don't give them anything, at least they do have an incentive to pay you. So I highly recommend that way. It's worked for me for 20 years. I've made the mistake of giving stuff out before. Well, when somebody doesn't have an incentive to pay you, they certainly won't. Anyway, please let me know if you guys know of any reasonable watermarking programs out there.
Asked out of curiosity, what's an honest hourly rate the band should be expected to pay? I know there's a billion facts that go into that: size of the studio, the amount of gear, kit, installed, usable experience, the engineer, etc. But what's it boil down to? What's the difference between mixing and mastering, and the cost more, or should be expected to cost more? If you charge an hourly rate to record, the band have to go replace bass strings. Shouldn't that be an extra fee? You don't buy the strings as well, do you? Cheers from the drummer from Buffalo, New York. I really enjoy the channel.
Wow, that's a real can of worms. I mean, commercial studios can be anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a day, but those are large facilities, with all top-of-the-line gear, and that may or may not include an engineer and producer. That really depends. Project studios, can be 10, 20, 30, 40, anywhere up to $75 an hour. Again, all depending on what's included. I always charge the same rate for tracking, mixing, mastering, all that shit. It's all the same hourly rate. Some guys might charge a little more for this, that, or the other thing. It really depends. The thing is, you got to ask yourself, what's the person charging and what have they done before? Do you like the sound of the records they're making, and are you willing to pay that?
Almost crashed my car. God damn it, Glenn. Fuck you from Bangkok.
Of course, you're referencing the how to not completely suck at audio engineering video and the little dynamic range test I did in that video that a few of you guys were surprised by. Always remember, digital has a lot of dynamic range, so don't be surprised if you get the occasional thing. And what the fuck are you doing? Driving your car, watching my video at the same time. Especially in Bangkok. Isn't that, wow, that just sounds fucking dangerous. So if you almost crashed your car, good, I hope that fucking smartened you up. Don't watch my shit and drive. Listen to it, okay, maybe, but please don't drive and watch my videos. It's just not safe.
I think watching these videos has more educational impact than going to Musicians Institute for a couple of years and does away with all the drama.
Well, thank you very much. I hope you're getting some use out of it. If you guys haven't checked out some of my tutorials, please do, because I do see a lot of these questions coming up for subjects I've already covered. And I've got playlists with all kinds of tutorials for how to record heavy guitar, how to record heavy bass, how to record heavy vocals, how to record heavy drums. It's all there. So if you've got questions, please start with those. There's literally hours of footage you guys can get, and it will answer a lot of your questions, all with practical examples of how to do things. So please make sure you're subscribed to my show for all the new stuff, but check out the tutorials because they will help. And if you're finding my videos are more helpful than Musicians Institute, wow. All I gotta say is thank you so much for the compliment. That's a school that I've actually admired for a very long time. They're actually just down the road from us. And that kind of just made my day. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And don't forget the shirt. Don't let making records make you crazy. It's going to be available this week and this week only, so get it now. Anyway, have an amazing weekend. I'm out of here. Hey guys, if you liked the video, be sure to subscribe as I post every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. If you want to learn more about recording, check out one of my tutorials or one of my gear reviews if you want the actual honest truth about a piece of equipment. Till next time, stay metal, my friends.